It's track review.
Hey guys, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd, trying out a new camera angle. Let me know what you guys think about it. Leave a comment.
This is Track Reviews, where we talk about the latest in rock, pop, electronic, and experimental music of the everything persuasion. Now, in this installment of Track Reviews, we're going to talk about a new track from the band Muse. But first, I want to address an issue that a lot of people are bringing up in some messages, some tweets, some comments. A bunch of my videos, not a bunch of my videos, all of my videos from 2009 pretty much have been deleted. A lot of people are asking me why. And here's a little ditty written by Cal Chuchesta to help you remember why whenever you're asking yourself this question.
Copyright, 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 that's why he deleted the videos.
Recently, another video from back then has gotten forcibly removed by YouTube and got me in a bit of hot water. And I decided, considering that I am sort of possibly, kind of, almost chancingly coming closer to making a living off of doing this, the risk really isn't worth it. Even though as a musical year, I do love 2009. God, I love 2009. But don't be sad, because I know what'll get those frowns turned upside down. A review! The new Muse track, The Second Law, Unsustainable, coming from the band's forthcoming LP, The Second Law. It's going to drop in October. Recently, these guys penned and released what was the official song for the London Olympics for this year, where the American women's gymnastics team ruled. And now this alternative, progressive, and symphonic rock band is releasing this new track. Now, at this point, I think it's kind of sort of safe to say that Muse has been in a little bit of hot water with longtime fans for the only thing that longtime fans hate the most, and that's changing your sound. People don't always like change. And that certainly happened on the LP, The Resistance, where Muse came forward with a more symphonic sound, more ambitious instrumentation surrounding their tracks, a glossier production style. Frontman Matthew Bellamy was just throwing his political ideology out in his lyrics a lot more, and his vocals were just really getting more and more dramatic. And on this LP, I definitely admired the band for trying something outside of their comfort zone. This is definitely not the kind of record that a band would make to kind of get a quick buck. I admire that Muse is the kind of band that is up for taking a risk, and it looks like they're up for taking another one with this brand new track. And I'm not really sure it's a risk I can get down with, really, because on this song, Muse is blending their usual alternative and symphonic rock style with the sounds of dubstep. Muse is emulating the new ultra-distorted, ultra noisy and abrasive brand of dubstep that is coming from artists like Skrillex. It's a style of dubstep that people perceive as being so different from what was originally conceived as being dubstep that they call it bro step. I don't know if you would consider me a bro, but I think what Skrillex is doing can be kind of fun and catchy. And I find it really interesting that something so distorted and noisy has gotten so wildly popular. And I find it even more interesting that a band like Muse would even dare to incorporate it into their music, despite the fact that consistently rock fans have been pretty aggressive toward this style of music. And let me tell you, Muse does not incorporate these dubstep elements subtly into this new song. They push them right in your face after a pretty busy string introduction featuring some spoken word about energy and an ever-growing economy is unsustainable. After the string intro finishes, Muse busts in with 16th notes on the hi-hat, some very sparse bass kicks that are pretty thick and heavy, and this wow, 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 wow. There are all these squealing bass wobbles and again this robot voice that is going unsustainable. After Muse kind of goes through this dubstep phase in the track, they start hitting on these very epic, gargantuan, monolithic, symphonic chords. Bellamy's voice comes in. It's not really singing lyrics so much as it is just crooning, and I think it's the best part of the song, just his voice at that part in the track. It's very epic. However, what kind of bugs me about this point in the song is that the chords are pretty much a progression that is kind of generic. I feel like I've heard it in about a dozen soundtracks. And the bass wobbles and the squeals that are playing against this section in the song are pretty generic too. If you've listened to any dubstep in the style that these guys are being inspired by right here, like Skrillex or Nero or Rusko, it's very clear that Muse is on the outside looking in on this whole dubstep thing. It's like they didn't even make the effort to authentically recreate this sound and manipulate it to the point where it kind of became their own reinterpretation of it. It really almost kind of sounds like they sampled it from somewhere else and just repeated it as they saw fit throughout the song. And even though it kind of pains me to say it, I think Korn did the whole dubstep rock fusion thing better. Though I do think Muse is really actually interested in this kind of fusion and in dubstep in general, I don't think they're going to drag it out for an entire LP. Honestly, I didn't really like this track at all, and there's not really much I can say other than that. What do you guys think of this track? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Are you surprised by Muse's approach on this thing? Do you think they're going to keep pursuing it, not only on this new LP with more tracks, but maybe on future releases? Let me know. Remember, the good comment, the great rate, only the strong subscribe. Anthony Fantano, Muse, The Second Law, forever.